Cat owners of Reddit, what is the most stupid thing your cat has done? Got her head stuck in the handle of a plastic bag. Ran around the living room looking like a feline superhero with a cape. Cat sees bird sitting on windowsill outside. Cat assumes wiggle butt formation while target is spotted and locked. Cat launches from a standstill and directly into the closed window, head first. Bird flies away. Cat is now scared of birds. I was walking into the apartment with laundry so I can't see my feet. Cat steps right in my path. I step on him. Instead of freaking off like a normal cat, he steps back into my path and gets stepped on again. I scoot him aside and he walks back into my path and gets stepped on again. He actually does this a lot and gets stepped on a lot. I wasn't actually there for this, but was told the events through my stepdad's choking laughter. We live in an area that's got ocean to one side and lots of farmland to the other. Naturally, we end up with lots of crows and seagulls, and because of the competition, it's usually these two mafia families of birds that stick around running joke in the area. One of my cats finally managed to catch a seagull right out of the air, a feature he'd been trying to do for years. Problem? It was as big as him, and there was like a group of 5 other gulls nearby who did not appreciate him grabbing their brethren. Cue my very panicked cat running for his life from a group of mafia-like seagulls, with one positively huge bird flapping panics from his jaw as he dragged it along by the one wing. Finally, my stepdad stepped out to rescue the fuzzy idiot, and he immediately dropped the bird and ran inside, hair strutting in all directions. He hasn't messed with the seagull mafia since. Actually, haven't seen any gulls in our yard lately either. My cat climbed this tall thing I had above my bed when I was in 4th grade. At 3 AM I hear a meow and a scratching noise just to see her fall 6 feet, right onto my left eye. Is your cat okay? One of my cats kept getting stuck on the roof of our house and the neighbors' houses. He knows how to get down and has done repeatedly, but he panics and forgets, then cries at me to come get him. The other one is so stupid you can watch solitary thoughts stroll slowly across his brain. He regularly loses treats you give them because they are right in front of him, and if you have something he wants he sits looking vacant for minutes before thinking, oh, maybe I should go towards the thing I want and going to get it. He was sitting in the window and got a claw on his back foot caught on the drawstring cord on the blinds. Thought it was a good idea to jump off the window to get unstuck and ended up being suspended in the air by his back leg. He then proceeded to freak the fuck out and flopped around like a fish on the end of a line. I couldn't grab him because he was just a flailing ball of hissing claws and teeth. I ended up having to cut the string with my knife. He was back in the window in less than 5 minutes like nothing happened. Did some advanced Parker purely to steal broccoli a fake his plate was full. Guess he's on a diet? We had a cat when I was 7 who used to steal Brussels sprouts. Kernel Clink would slink under the table, hop up on an empty seat, swipe some off my plate or dad's, whoever's was closest, and make off with it. She jumped into the washing machine while I was filling it up, got soaked, had to dry her off. Mine jumped into the toilet right after I got up from it. I had not been as disgusted of a cat ever. Trying to catch a bug, he puts his paw over it, lifts his paw up to see if he got it, bug runs off, repeat forever. My cat will literally wake me in the morning sometimes. He slaps me with his paw, not with claw though, and trust me he has them, and when I put my blanket over my head he quite literally pulls the blanket down and slaps me. I think it's an attention thing, but at 6 AM it's super annoying. I feel your pain. My cat licks my eyelids to wake me up. My big dumb lovable Maine Coon has chased the laser so hard he dented the drywall with his head. He regularly gets lost going up or down stairs. But the prize goes to the time he got stuck hanging off a backpack on the door. I had hung my bag on the hook, and the cat decided to attack it. I hear desperate meowing from the other room. I go to investigate, and the fluffy idiot is dangling there, front claws stuck in the backpack, tail swinging in the breeze. It's a good thing he's a cute kitty. Bedtime in a loft-like apartment. Girlfriend was in bed and I was brushing teeth. Suddenly, my cat came tearing around the corner, took a flying leap and springboarded off my GF's face and over the half wall to fall about 15 feet to the lower level, crashing into shit below. Came back upstairs like nothing happened while my GF's face was all scratched up. Jumped into the laundry hamper in the middle of the night, knocked it over, scared herself, peed a little, and puffed up in fright when I turned the light on to see what had happened. I dried her back legs off with a towel and cuddled with her until we both fell asleep so she wouldn't feel embarrassed. It was still stupid of her though. Vanilla Ice. My all-white cat somehow got a charcoal briquette in our kitchen and was playing with it. We came home to a black cat and a new charcoal drawing on our hardwood kitchen floor. My cat gave birth on my mom's head when she was sleeping. He usually tries to jump on the windowsill, fails miserably and runs out of the room embarrassed. He tried to eat my little potted cactus twice. Climbed in a cardboard box, got stuck. Box flipped over so Mr. Mittens now couldn't see. Cat kept trying to move then fell downstairs. She was surprisingly fine. Steve eats plastic and Dudley got his head stuck in a McDonald's bag. Well, this more funny than stupid, but my cousin was vacuuming and you can imagine how scared my cat was. My cousin had her headphones on minding her own business and my cat runs out of from under the bed and literally runs at the speed of light around the room, and by the I mean she ran off the walls and then zoomed by my cousin's face, and then my cousin had like a heart attack because of that and he came to me laughing but almost crying. My cat cut a hole in my screen window and fell out. He came home later that night. He is no longer allowed to be in the window unsupervised. Straight up failed a jump onto a counter and flailed in the air before landing on his side. Cats do not always land on their feet. Lol. She likes to sleep in my dresser but she doesn't know how to get out. This sounds like your dresser meows a lot. My cat licks perfume and bleach off the floor if any makes it there, and she freaks out whenever we cut up garlic and onions for dinner. My cats always try to sneak in the bathroom just to eat shit from the toilet brush, or they just like chewing on the toilet brush. One of my cat loves to play with water. It's always a mess so I have to place their drinking water in the sink. The other day my cat stole something out of the trash and somehow got into the bathroom and played with it in the toilet. I found out later BC the toilet was clogged. My cat started drinking out of my family's water cups when we weren't looking, so now she doesn't drink out of her bowl. We give her water in a regular glass now. Chased her fly up to the very top of the curtains, then realized the only thing holding her up there was her claws and started mewing for help. I helped her down and she went straight back to chasing the fly. She caught it eventually. Put his favorite foil ball in a pair of my knee-high boots. Proceeded to manage to get himself stuck in the boot, body in the leg hole, head sticking out of the unzipped portion. He's a solid 20 pounds. I hear screeching and thudding, and that is the sight I was met with. Untangle him, remove ball, and he does it again 20 minutes later. She fell off the railing and down a flight of stairs. She wasn't hurt, just a little stunned. She fell between the couch and wall and couldn't figure out how to get back out. One of our cats must have gotten into a paint bucket because she came in after being outside half covered in paint. It looked like she fell in. We had to take her to the vet and they shaved off the areas with paint. My cat caught a mouse and put it down, then acted surprised when it ran away. This a little long, but here goes. When you first walk into my old apartment, you're standing in a small foyer, staring down the length of the kitchen, which has a single window at the end. So, I come home, open the door, and my entire kitchen is glistening gold in the sunlight. What fresh hell is this? Turns out one of my 3 cats managed to open a massive bottle of canola oil and coat the entire kitchen and oil the countertops, the fronts of all the cabinets, the top and under shelf of the table, the top, front, and side of the fridge, the stove, the window and sill, the dishwasher, and the entire tile floor. It took me hours, most of a bottle of Dawn, and copious rolls of paper towels to finally get all the oil off everything. It was at this moment I realized none of my cats were covered in oil since I had been home, so they must have groomed it all off themselves. I made a direct route to the litter box and tore off the lid. The clumping litter instead was just a thick, blackish grey sludge from 3 cats ass blasting oil into it for who knows how many hours. I just hooked a trash bag on a corner and poured it all. I then had to degrease and clean that as well. Fast forward about 9 years, we finally figured out which cat it was and how she did it. We forgot a bottle of oil out in the kitchen and I hear these scratching noises. I go to see what is happening, and she is on her back legs with her front legs tightly hugging the bottle, while she using her mouth to unscrew the lid. I couldn't believe it, so I just let her prove me wrong. She opened it and proceeded to lick oil off the rim, so I took away her prize. I shouldn't have been surprised as this was the same cat who figured out how to unscrew their food bin when she wanted more. My cat got into a bag of hamster food for reasons beyond my understanding, and then proceeded to do that thing where he lifted his head and tried to back out of it, leaving behind a trail of hamster food in the process. One of my cats has tendency to shit on the bathroom floor, and then for some reason thinks she can bury it even though it's on linoleum. The other one got up on top of the kitchen cupboards and couldn't figure out how to get down again. She's so fat I don't know how she got up there to begin with. Two of my cats were in a high-speed chase throughout the house. They started to go for the back door to run outside and finish off whatever stupid fight they were in. I don't think the cat leading the chase realized the door was closed and ran straight into the fly screen, causing it to pop out of place. They were both so confused as to what had just happened. I laughed so hard I fell down the stairs.